Hey guys, it's Erin from Movement Lesson, and I want to teach you one way to be more effective with your New Year's resolutions. And I'll tell you right now, it's not about creating a to-do list. It's not about giving you more things that you need to do in a day to accomplish XYZ goal. To-do lists can be important, but when you have to do a to-do list and it is just takes so much energy and time and just the mental aspect of it, your to-do list is not being as effective for you, okay? The ultimate goal for anyone when we make New Year's resolutions is we want to reach more potential. We want to have more potential. And, we want to fulfill our maximum potential. And if you're like me, my question is, how do I do that? How do I do that? And I have found that instead of focusing on the to-do list, it's better to focus on an identity you want to become, something you want to become, something that you want to identify yourself as. And if people saw you in the way that you lived and the way that you did things, that they would identify you as that person. And so if you have any New Year's resolution goals that revolve around health, well, then take on the identity that, guess what? I am a healthy person. I want to be identified as a healthy person, and I'm going to do things that a healthy person does, okay? And whatever that means for you, it could be going to the gym, it could be eating better, it could be losing weight, it could be anything, but really, whatever that identity means to you, you just take it one day at a time, and you make little changes every day of, okay, what's one thing that I can do to be more of a healthy person? And it could simply be, okay, I won't eat egg yolks. I'm just going to eat egg whites. That's one thing that I feel like would help me be a healthier person. And you do that, and that just becomes who you are. It's not part of your to-do list. It's just part of who you are, okay? Or, as you do things, and if for you a healthy person is someone who exercises, then as you get to that point and you're like, yeah, you want to know what? I'm a healthy person, and I just feel better when I go walking for 20 minutes a day. And then you just start doing it because that's how you identify, that's who you identify yourself as, versus it's on my to-do list to go walking for 20 minutes every day or to go to the gym. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, what does that have to do with Movement Lesson? At Movement Lesson, our goal is not to add to your to-do list. You're already doing so much as a parent or as a professional for your child or for clients. There's so much that is involved in care, okay? And to add to your to-do list, we don't want to add to your to-do list, but we want to give you an identity that you are becoming and that your client or your child is becoming. And the ultimate goal of Movement Lesson is to help someone to become a master of their movements, okay? And why we say a master of their movements, because every person is individual in what their body can accomplish. They're whether you have a disease or a genetic disorder, things of that nature, you have other challenges. There are just going to be other limitations that prevent you to reach the ideal, okay? But ultimately, who says what ideal is? Ideal and someone's maximum potential is ultimately the same for everyone. It's whatever we can accomplish. It's whatever we can do. But, how do you measure what someone's ideal is or what their maximum potential is when you don't know what that is, okay? And with Movement Lesson, our goal is to help you take your two hands and to help a loved one, help a client, help a child become a master of their movements. And it's about taking a person from one skill level to the next. And to level up, you have to have these transitional skills, okay? And that's what Movement Lesson focuses on in movement, is the transitional skills to get a person from one skill level to the next, okay? And this is what will help a person reach their maximum potential. And honestly, we don't know what that is for every individual, but we want a way to be able to measure progress. And Movement Lesson does that, because as you put in these transitional skills, you're giving the body options to learn how to and to know how to level up from one skill level to the next, whatever that is for you. It could be the baby milestone skate, And if your child's able to accomplish those things with whatever, with their body, guess what? Movement Lesson gives you the ability to do that. Now, if your child has a body that can't accomplish those things, you can still give the body the input as if it's accomplished, the milestones as we put them, but at the same time, it's more than just the milestones. Development is progress, okay? We're either digressing or we're making progress, and we are focusing on the progress and development of your child and helping them level up from one skill level to the next. And it could be something so minute, so tiny, and it could be something huge. Honestly, for every child, they have different results because everyone will respond differently based on the input that you give them with Movement Lesson. But the ultimate goal is the results that are uniquely the same across every individual is that every individual is becoming a master of their movement and what they're capable of. And it's about helping them progress and go towards that maximum potential and ultimately just have a better life. So I'd love to hear what your New Year's resolutions are. I know you've probably made a few, but now look at them and see if you can give an overarching identity to those resolutions, okay? I'm gonna be a healthy person. I'm gonna be a more kind person. For me, one of my ultimate goals is Christ-like. I am Christian. I want to be more Christ-like, okay? And so I'm trying to become that identity. If yours is health, if you see a lot of health goals in your New Year's resolutions, then become identify yourself as someone who is healthy. I want to become the identity of health. Health is the easiest one to fall on because that's pretty much one everyone sets New Year's resolutions for. But what's uniquely different is when you set yourself as an identity, it's what that identity means to you, okay? There's no set rules or definition of what that means. It's what it means to you. And so for you, do what you need to do to feel like a healthy person. And yes, it's good to do research. Yes, it's good to see and get guidelines of these are what healthy people do, okay? But at the same time, ultimately, you have to listen to your body, and you have to look at your circumstances and actually what you're able to accomplish and modify things a little bit. But ultimately, it's choosing an identity that you want to become and then start living as that identity. And that's what we do at Movement Lesson is the identity we want for your children is to have optimal development. And we do that by teaching them to become a master of their movements using transitional skills. So in the comments, I'd love to hear what your resolutions are and what are the identities that you can become. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.